Hello everybody and welcome to What's About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about Pokken Tournament, which was recently announced for release on the Wii U early next year, hopefully sometime in the spring. I just saw a video from another YouTuber called Hayden A, who recently published a video where he was talking about his most wanted Pokemon in the game. And I thought that was a really good idea, so I'm going to totally steal it. I'll put a link in the description to the original video, so do him a favor and go check his video out, it's worth a look. But I want to talk about my most wanted Pokemon. So in the game there's already 10 confirmed fighters. I'll go through them very quickly. Charizard, Lucario, Machamp, Suicune, Gardevoir, Pikachu and his Libre form, Gengar, Weavile and Blaziken. So those are 10, which for a modern day fighter, that's not really enough. So I'm expecting quite a few more announcements for fighters rather soon, I would hope. I would expect maybe 10 more to be announced, but I'm just going to stick with my 5 that I want, because that makes it much easier for me. So these are not the ones that I think will definitely be in the game. Because, for example, I'm pretty sure Mewtwo will be in the game, but he's not one of the ones that I want. I mean, sure, he'll be a good addition, but there are other Pokemon that I like and that I prefer. So here are my top 5 in reverse order. At number 5, Breloom. Now, Breloom is one of my favourite Pokemon from the Ruby Sapphire era. He was actually the first shiny Pokemon that I ever caught when he was a Shroomish. And so since then I've actually really liked this Pokemon, and I think he'd fit really well within the game because he's part grass type, which the roster doesn't have yet, and he's also a fighting type, which fits perfectly within the genre. He'd have a nice variety of moves for fighting attacks, and also he can use some grass moves which have like status effects, like he could paralyze his opponents, and he could also use Mega Drain to drain a little health and regain some health. At number 4, I think somebody who's, pre-made for this game, and it's Hitmonchan. Now there's Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee, but I think they're fairly similar, and I wouldn't expect both to be in the game. I would choose Hitmonchan primarily because, well, 2 reasons. The first is Jackie Chan. He was one of my heroes, so I have that preference. And Hitmonlee, well, he looks like a potato with legs. So, Hitmonchan is much cooler. He'd fit perfectly within the game. At number 3, that would be Flygon. Now, I think Flygon is a pretty cool Pokemon. He's mixed type, is a dragon type, and a ground type, which I think is a nice variety. He can use some dragon moves, such as like Dragon Breath, while also using ground moves like Earthquake. It's a nice mix. At number 2, one of my favorites Pokemon. I always used to think he was the coolest when I was a kid. Scyther. I spent hours and hours trying to catch a Scyther in Pokemon Red, was it? Red or Blue? I don't remember. But I think he'd be really cool for this game. He's got his speed, which would be his primary advantage. He'd be difficult to hit, and moves like Double Team would certainly augment that. I remember in the anime when Scyther used Double Team, there was like 20 million Scythers flying around, and I think they could probably do something like that. Maybe not to that extreme, but maybe having 3 Scythers, I think they could do something with that. Now my number 1 is a pretty fun option, but I'm really serious with it because number 1 is my favorite Pokemon, Farfetch'd. Nobody really remembers Farfetch'd. He's never had an evolution. He was very briefly in the original game. You could only trade for him, you could never catch him. But I love the little guy. I think with his leek, his stick or whatever it is, I think he could be quite a fun character to use. He's flying type, and he'd have lots of moves revolving around his stick. So those are the 5 Pokemon that I would really like in Pokken Tournament. I'm really looking forward to this game, so I hope at least maybe 1 or 2 of those get into the final game, but I'm not holding hope for all of them. Farfetch'd is just, well, as far-fetched as it seems. So what do you think of my list? Do you have any Pokemon that you would really like in the game? Let me know and put them in the comments below.